Today, I'm showing you a life hack to keep your clothes wrinkle-free. What's happening, Panda Nation? Peter Von Panda here. I just found out something, and I wish I had learned about this a long time ago. And I actually discovered this while listening to a podcast with an attorney who was telling me that one of the things that attorneys do wrong is go into court cases with their clothes looking wrinkled. And she understood that people are walking around and doing meetings all day, and it's hard to go into court with fresh pressed clothes, but she introduced me to this life hack right here. Now this is a bottle of Downy Wrinkle Releaser. I didn't know this actually existed. There are some different brands of wrinkle releaser, but we know Downy from our fabric softener days, and so I thought I would try it out. And what I did here is grab a very wrinkly shirt. Now, for me, this is important because when I travel, I usually have to do a presentation or go into meetings the next day. And it's really easy to get your clothes all wrinkly as you're packing and unpacking. And it's actually really hard to get them looking nice, especially if you're staying in a hotel that doesn't necessarily provide you with an ironing board and an iron. And sometimes you just don't have the time or the energy to do it. And so I wanted to see if I could take my Hawaiian shirt here and hit it with the wrinkle releaser and see if it would actually work. Now, I have put some serious wrinkles in this. I actually balled it up and then put it on the chair overnight just to make sure that this thing was going to be a good example of what this could do. Now, I will also say this is not just for removing wrinkles. It says that it's an odor eliminator, fabric refreshener, static remover, and an ironing aid, so you can probably use it with that. But I just want to see if this is something that I could take with me on a trip or grab at my nearest Walmart or Target while I'm traveling to make sure that I have a clean, professional look every day. So the first thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and put it on a hanger, and I'm just going to go ahead and mist this. And it says you want to get it slightly damp. Now, I'm trying to actually hit it where the wrinkles are for the most part, because I don't know that I need to soak this thing, but obviously the releaser is going to have to work on the wrinkles for the most part, so I'm just kind of hitting them where I can see them. I'll tell you what, right off the bat, this obviously hasn't even dried yet, but those wrinkles are disappearing, dude. Now, I don't know if you just took a little warm water, if that would get rid of the wrinkles too. It does have a fabric softener type of smell, so it is a little bit pungent. I mean, it's not overwhelmingly bad, but I do feel like it's going to leave a little bit of that fabric softener smell. So, I'll tell you what, you wouldn't want to go out wearing this right now because it is wet and it looks like you just sweated through your shirt. But those wrinkles are kind of gone. In fact, on the back here, it says that you want to spray it and then straighten out the shirt and then hang it up or lay it down to dry. But right off the bat, that looks pretty nice. Now, I've got some really big folds and wrinkles here. Now, I'm using a pretty generous amount of this stuff. That's what we do for science. Okay, all right. I'll tell you what, if I were to just hang this up here and let this dry for probably 20 minutes, I feel like I'm gonna need that to allow it to just get rid of all of the moisture. And if you're in a warm, dry climate, it might be a little quicker. And if you can put this in your window or by the sliding glass doors to get a little sun, I think that'll move a little quicker. But I'll tell you what, I tried to make this shirt as wrinkly as humanly possible. And right now, it's gotten rid of all those wrinkles, and I certainly haven't soaked this thing, just really misted it. And I'm pretty impressed by this. I'll be honest. I didn't expect it to work quite this well, quite this quickly, right? Like right here on this sleeve, that is pretty ugly. And I can tell you that I can think of a couple things. Let's say you buy a new shirt, and you have those pressed edges in it because it's brand new. This can allow you to wear it right away. Or if you are like me, traveling and you want to go into a meeting not looking like you just rolled out of bed, I'd pick this up, man. Okay, it's been about 30 or 40 minutes since I went ahead and let this hang up and dry. And as you can see, it is completely dry now. And I am actually really impressed with how straight it is. Now, it does look like it has some pleats here just because of the way it's hanging. But there are none of those hard creases or wrinkles that I intentionally put in there, which is pretty impressive. And on the back, again, some of the creases from the way it hangs, but there were some just heavy wrinkles all over the place. And so I really like this. Now, I will say it takes a little while to dry. Your wrinkles or creases might not be as extreme as mine were, and so you might not need to use as much product on there as I did. But if you do, you can know that it works, and when you don't have an iron handy, it can be pretty nice. Now, I will say, this thing does smell like Downy fabric softener, and it actually has a pretty strong aroma of that. I would also say that given more time, if I were wearing this shirt the next day, that's probably actually going to be pretty nice. It's kind of nice, pleasant laundry smell, but it's probably a little stronger than I would like right now. And if I were to put this on and wear it right now, I would probably have wafting Downy fabric softener smell kind of filling my nostrils. Not the worst thing, but people will probably notice. It's probably as strong as someone who has just put on some cologne. Now, if you're going to wait, and if I were going to put this shirt on tomorrow morning, or just let it air dry, or even have it on my balcony where I might be getting a little bit of that moving air, it's probably going to mute that or maybe remove a lot of it. But it's actually a fairly nice smell, kind of a Febreze-ish smell, so it's not obnoxious. So I tell you what, I'm actually really impressed with this wrinkle releaser, and it's certainly going to accompany me on my next trips. If you want to pick up some of it yourself, I'll put a link to it in the description below. Peter Von Panda, out. Today I'm showing you a life hack.